Da-dum, 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 da-dum. This iconic score has terrorized many of us while swimming in the waters. This story is set in a peaceful summer resort town that's soon thrown into chaos when a great white terrorizes the waters, preying on beachgoers. Jaws is a classic 1975 American thriller film directed by Steven Spielberg and starring Roy Snyder in the lead role.
In the New England beach town of Amity Island, a young woman goes for a late-night ocean swim during a beach party. An unseen force attacks and pulls her underwater. Her remains are found washed up on the beach the next morning. Police Chief Martin Brody investigates and concludes it might be a shark attack, which is later confirmed by local medical examiner. So Marty prepares to close the beach. But Mayor Larry Vaughn is concerned about the impact on the upcoming 4th of July tourist season and tries to downplay the incident. The coroner, apparently under pressure, now concurs with the mayor's theory that it was a boating accident.
Martin, a summer girl goes swimming, swims out a little far, she tires, fishing boat comes along.
It's happened before.
I don't think you appreciate the gut reaction people have to these things.
Harry, I appreciate it. I'm just reacting to what I was told.
Martin, it's all psychological. You yell barracuda. Everybody says, huh? What? You yell shark. We've got a panic on our hands on the 4th of July.
Martin reluctantly accepts their conclusion but keeps a close watch while he's out on the beach with his family, when all of a sudden, a young boy is dragged under the water and killed while the crowd watches from the beach shore. Immediately, they call a town hall meeting and a bounty is placed on the shark. Quinn, an eccentric and roughened local shark hunter, offers his service for $10,000. Consulting oceanographer Matt Hooper arrives on the scene and examines the girl's remains, confirming that an abnormally large shark killed her. In the meanwhile, an amateur shark hunting frenzy goes on, and soon, one of the local fishermen catch a large tiger shark, but Matt isn't convinced.
Now, I'm not saying that this is not the shark. It probably is, Martin. It probably is. It's a man-eater. It's extremely rare for these waters. But the fact is that the bite radius on this animal is different than the wounds on the victim. I want to be sure. You want to be sure. We all want to be sure, okay?
Later that evening, a skeptical Matt dissects the tiger shark and finds no human remains inside its stomach, and determines a larger shark killed the victims. While searching the night waters, Matt and Martin finds a half-sunken vessel of Ben Garner, a local fisherman. Matt investigates further underwater and removes a sizable shark tooth from the boat's hull, but accidentally drops it after discovering Garner's body. The next day, they inform the mayor and warns him of the dangers lurking in the waters.
Tell him about the swimmers.
A shark is attracted to the exact kind of splashing and activity that occurs whenever human beings go in swimming. You cannot avoid it.
If you open the beaches on the 4th of July, it's like ringing the dinner bell, for Christ's
Look,
sake.
Mr. Vaughn, I pulled a tooth the size of a shot glass out of the wrecked hull of a boat out there, and it was the tooth of a great white.
It was Ben Gardner's boat. It was all chewed up. I helped tow it in. You should have seen him.
Where is that tooth? Did you see it, Brody?
No, I didn't see it. He dropped it.
I had an accident.
Larry denies their assertion that it's a huge great white shark and refuses to close the beaches, allowing only increased safety precautions. On the 4th of July weekend, tourists pack the beaches. While all the security forces patrol the outer parts of the ocean, the shark enters a nearby lagoon, killing a boater. Brody then convinces a guilt-ridden mayor to hire Quinn. Despite initial tensions between Quinn and Matt, together with Martin, they head to sea on Quinn's boat to hunt the shark. As Martin lays down a chum line, something suddenly appears behind the boat.
I can go slow ahead. Come on down and chum some of this shit.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Quinn, estimating the shark is 25 feet long and weighs 3 tons, harpoons it with a line attached to a floating barrel. But the shark pulls the barrel under the water and disappears. At nightfall, Quinn and Matt drunkenly exchange stories about their sordid body scars. One of Quinn's is a removed tattoo, and he reveals that he survived the attack on the USS Indianapolis during World War II. All of a sudden, the shark returns, ramming the boat's hull and disabling the power. The men work through the night, repairing the engine. In the morning, Martin attempts to call the Coast Guards, but Quinn stops him.
Coast Guard, this is the Orca. Do you read me? Coast Guard, this is the Orca. Do you...
Excuse me, Chief.
That's great! That's just great! Now where the hell are we, huh? You're certifiable, Quint, you know that? You're certifiable! You're certifiable, but I'll tell you this!
Boys. Oh, boys. I think he's come back for his noon feeding.
Hook me up another barrel!
After a long chase, Quinn harpoons the shark with another barrel. The barrels stay attached to the shark. To Martin's relief, Quinn heads towards shore to draw the shark into shallower waters. The line is tied to the stern cleats, but the shark begins dragging the boat backwards, swamping the deck and flooding the engine compartment.
Make it fast! We got another line in him!
I can't! He's trying to run!
Gotta give it a ride! Pull you out of the gate! Hook your back brake! Go on! Pull your bloody hard out! Tie him off! It's impossible! The line is too tight!
He's towing us! He's got it coming over because of the air canal! We're breaking up! Come on, cut it, man! It's all came off! Yes!
As Quinn is about to sever the line to save the boat's transom, the cleats break off. They attempt to drag the shark one more time, but the overtaxed engine fails. As the boat takes on water, the trio attempts a riskier approach. Matt suits up and enters a shark-proof cage, intending to lethally inject the shark with a hypodermic spear. The shark viciously attacks the cage, causing Matt to drop the spear. While the shark trashes the cage, Matt manages to escape to the seabed. Before they knew it, the shark leaps onto the boat's stern and subsequently devours Quinn. Trapped on the sinking vessel, Martin shoves a scooper tank into the shark's mouth and climbs onto the crow's nest, and attempts to shoot the tank with a rifle.
Blow up! Fire, you son of a...
The resulting explosion kills the shark. Matt resurfaces, and he and Martin paddle back to Amity Island, clinging to the remaining barrels.
What day is this?
It's Wednesday. It's Tuesday, I think.
I think the tide's with us.
Keep kicking.
I used to hate the water.
I can't imagine why.
Jaws had a profound impact on the film industry and is considered one of the greatest films ever made. A cinematic masterpiece known for its suspenseful storytelling, memorable characters, and iconic score by John Williams. It remains a cultural phenomenon and a classic example of cinematic excellence. 接下来我们来揭晓今天的学习内容。The expression like ringing the dinner bell is a simile used to describe a situation or action that attracts attention or causes something to happen as if it were announcing a meal and draws people or animals to it. It suggests that the action or event is an attention grabber or enticing that is immediately garnered interest or brings people or things together, much like the sound of a dinner bell signaling that it's time to eat and draws individuals to the dining area. The phrase, "you're certifiable," is a colloquial expression that is often used informally to suggest that someone is insane, crazy, or mentally unstable. When you call someone certifiable, you're implying that their behavior or action are irrational or bizarre, that it might warrant a psychiatric evaluation or certification of their mental state. And that's it for this episode of Cinephile. You can find more on the Funday website. Let's make every day a fun day.
You rich?
Yeah.
Yeah, how much?
Well, personally or the whole family?
Doesn't make any sense. I mean, they pay a guy like you to watch sharks?
Well, doesn't make much sense for a guy who hates the water to live on an island either.
It's only an island if you look at it from the water.
That makes a lot of sense.
Do today learn. Today is Tuesday.
Commercial.
Traveler 是旅行者。
I have to wait for Clee.
So he or she is at the Columbia Towers Hotel gift store. 所以他在这个饭店的礼品店，然后他要买东西。Okay, so let's take this chance and listen to the.
学习，让生活充满乐趣。